Made of Red 1.0. Wow, a trial. That's what I can say. Made of Red 1.0 was actually very successful to a level where I could not imagine, you know. Made of Red 1.0 was actually started with me. Made of Red actually started when a parent called me and they told me my son has cleared the training program and he almost committed suicide. And I called that parent and I was like, what's the reason behind it? It was like, he's getting frustrated that there are no jobs, there are no gigs, and he's seeing himself like he's useless, like he made a bad choice. And I was like, wow, this is actually something we've not done. Yes, we've shown you how to train the equipment, but have we empowered you in starting something for yourself? Or are we just becoming like every other institution in Kenya, like even all the universities where they just put so much information in your head and release you and let you go, you know? So I took upon myself and made it, it was a turning point for me, where I said, okay, fine, I'm gonna help people now understand, like, listen, there are various ways and there are various opportunities that are available in the industry, because so many DJs, young DJs, were looking into becoming those celebrity DJs where they just DJ in clubs and whatnot. So I took it upon myself to educate them and just create an awareness of the opportunities in the industry. And when I started that, a lot of DJs moved from that mentality of, oh, I want to be a celebrity DJ. And others just moved and said, okay, listen, in this industry, I want to be a music investor. And so they will come up with sustainable concepts, you know, where someone will go back, they will partner. Like I've seen collaborations, especially with the DJs that came from that program. So many successful collaborations. One got sound, the other one knows how to talk to people, he has connections and whatnot. And they formed so many great events, you know. Like recently I just went to a club where I think it's DJs Zeus and DJ Click, yeah? And Zeus and Click sort of partnered and they came up with an equipment and they approached a club that didn't have equipment and they filled up, you know, a space. And that is what I like to see, because I don't want people to just go and sit down after the career and just be like, oh man, I just wasted this money. So it's more like I educate you about the opportunities and I help you through the journey, you know. So Made of Red 1.0 was really, really significant. It was really, really successful. I won't say like we've been perfect with all of it, because it was a journey. So it's something that new I was starting. So I know the failures. We also had made some mistakes. But then, of course, I've been able to do better now with Made of Red 2.0. And now I believe this is one of the most significant things we've ever done as Redberry for the industry. So I realized when I pick these kids and I go with them to my gigs and I introduce them to other people and I sort of like give them that platform. So I went with Davido. I noticed one thing with Davido. He was very, very disciplined, you know, and he was very, very eager to learn. So when we went with Davido to 4040, I'll never forget. This kid was like, man, this is so, like, I've never experienced this, you know. So, and I introduced him to, and I told the other DJ, the resident DJ, like, listen, this kid is really gonna be something. He really wants to be something. He's really what you need. Can you be giving him sessions, like open sessions? Can he become an opening for you? You get it? So I showed him that. I took Davido to places where we will do events. Of course, pay them not what they would like to be paid, but of course pay them.
Plate of chips.
Not a plate of chips, no, not a plate of chips. But of course, pay them and show them like the real understanding of the business. So they will be with me. They will walk with me through every aspect of business. Because now, when you're doing events, there's that thing of invoicing. There's that thing of creating the quotations. Even just how you communicate with the clients and whatnot, branding and everything. And right now, I can tell you, I'm so happy for him to see him becoming the main act at clubs like 4040. I'm so happy for that. You know, I'm happy that every place I've been able to introduce him, he's been able to, like, you know, succeed on that. Let's look at another DJ, DJ Laughter. He's the biggest DJ now in Naivasha. Yeah, Laughter did the program and came back and was like, listen, said, I really want to I really want to advance in this. And I showed him the way. It's like, listen, there are so many opportunities. Stop sticking in Nairobi. Go back home. Go create a brand back home. Because why? That is still a developing town. And let me tell you, man, he's been a success. He's everywhere. When I think the first round of opportunities that we gave people like Festa, you know, I'm so happy to see him grow, and I'm so happy to see what his daughter doing with our neighbors. Nick D, I'm so happy when I see such kind of things. Yeah, so it's been. And this guy is also like Mayfield. Mayfield went ahead, bought himself equipment, and right now, I remember, I think was it last year, I had to hire some equipment from him. So when you see such kind of things coming back to you, I mean, this actually shows the reason as to why we decided to do Made of Red. Man, it was one time. I think our former landlord, and this was a mistake that I made, was a sublet arrangement. And this guy went ahead and listed our equipment as part of his institution. And he went broke and he was auctioned. Man, let me tell you, trying to get back all those equipment, it was a hassle, man. I would go back home and I'm just like, man, where do I start? And that time, you have about 10 students looking at you. Listen, bro, please get it as another class or give us back our money. And you don't have that money, you know? So those are like 10 relationships you have to break. So, and I'm so happy that some of them stayed through with me through that period. And one of those students that have become very successful right now is called Ivan. He's called DJ Exit. And DJ Exit stayed in Nairobi. He's from Kitale. Stayed in Nairobi. And it took me, I think, about 4 months to get back on my feet. And when that happened, DJ Exit, we kept training. And he learned all the things, especially entertainment, all the things, connections, all the things, whatnot. And I'm so happy now he has a resident day at the social house through that, you know. So that was one of my lowest moments, you know, people looking at you like, yo, you have failed us. You are failing, give us back our money. And you're just there thinking like, no, guys, this is not who I am, you know. And it's them seeing you at that vulnerable point. And some of them even went ahead and trash talked a lot. You know, you have parents calling you a con person, and you're like, no, I'm not a con artist. It's just that this happened. Then, after immediately, COVID happens. I mean, what else? Yeah, that was the end of Made of Red 1.0.